Okay, welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we talked to a representative from Wild Pines and took on a task to deal with or investigate drug smugglers for information on the lynching. We're gonna try and get into this smoker on the balcony. Sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into. Okay. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking
It
to?
don't matter who I am. Now, go on, get out of here.
This is the
The
police.
police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Need to talk to a young man in this building. Yeah.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished. Backyard door with the smoker? You already were there, didn't work. I've checked the backyard, but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We've had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Oh, I do have... Do I have something that gives authority? Or minus authority currently? No, I don't. I was thinking it was this jacket that gives authority. Okay. This will give us physique. Oh, we can try that. 72% chance is pretty good. Well, you can't think of anything convincing. Time for some police brutality. Open up or I'm gonna breach this motherfucker. Ma'am, if you don't open this door, I'm gonna introduce you to a lateral vascular neck restraint and it's going to hurt. Let's go with that.
You're not.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't scare me, punk. I may be an old woman, but I can still take the likes of you.
Ooh. What if I tell her we're real policemen?
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There's no reply, just faint sweeping sounds inside. Ooh! Can confirm you're an officer. Oh, let's try it again. Are you serious? You already tried and all you got was hurt. Better not try anymore. Then you won't get hurt. Oh god, when I'm gonna heal up that. I didn't notice we almost died. I didn't even realize it. She said the back door? There's nothing here though. That's the problem. Alright. We'll try something else for now then. Like the bookstore. You have nothing else,
Hello
right?
again, sir.
Okay.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
We have skill points, right? No, because I thought we had an extra one. I didn't know I'd spend them all on friggin' thoughts. So let's try something else for now. Let's try this body again, because we did get the shit compressor, which unlocks all white checks. Ultra liberal dial, -1 empathy. This one, oh, temporary research bonus, -1 logic. Okay. And that's still going for 3 hours. Oh, +6 for shit compressed? Ooh, I'm gonna... Okay, I'm going to go to the Freet store. Put this away. Gonna go to the Freet store, because she did say we had... She said, we have ammonia, but I already had I think I already had one in my inventory, so it didn't... She didn't let me buy it. Because we need to get this freaking body investigated. And I don't want to take any chances, so I'm going to try and buy this stuff.
Is this about the question?
Is this one right? What do these do? Can I ask her about the... Be specific? No, sorry, I'm not like a doctor or anything. Damn. Okay, she doesn't actually... Maybe we got it for free off of her. Okay, 83% chance. We should be able to get it, but we did just fail, I think, at an 82 with that woman. Let go of your nose without throwing up. Come on, please. Good, okay. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days. We're deep in decomposition here. Get closer. Okay, cool. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. Skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial. Start with the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. Clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place. These are clearly not boots, they're armor. Possibly part of a larger set. Aren't just boots, they're armor. Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. What is it exactly? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fairweather model T500 VE. Guessing that's vitreous enamel. Advanced stuff. Material looks out of place here. It is. It's expensive. He draws a line of condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material from our tactical units for years now. The constabulatories deemed it too costly. Oh, the constabulary, jeez. Is that like a constable? In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. Northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500? Ka-ching, baby. By ka-ching, do you mean, tilts his head, let's not log them in as evidence, let's steal them? No, that's not what I meant. Of course. Lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time the latter. What happened to the rest? Locals probably scavenge it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. Yeah. Should keep a lookout for other pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something. Oh, he nods toward Kuno. Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking to. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor. No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. What if they told him to strip before they hung him? To demean him? They usually hang him completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Bismardes, and the like. This one still has his underpants. Fucking talking about his underpants. How could he afford expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. It's pretty advanced for a security guard. I agree, this equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Knock on the boot. Small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of porcelain. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whorls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps. What does this remind me of? If trees are made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. Run your fingers over them. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into even more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice... Ooh. The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000. Serial number. Good. Can you read it to me? He tips the drying ballpoint of his pen on his tongue. Cool. Run the number on the victim's armor. Ooh, we have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my Kanema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. Do we want to try and pull the boot off? Like he is a rotting corpse. This feels dangerous. Are you sure? Okay, let's do it. Grab the boot under your arm. The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above. Stop. The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. Pig's gonna pull his head off. Brutal. Yeah, let's let go of the boot. What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno? I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a fag. Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by pulling on the deceased foot? Okay, let's back off. The belt. Next. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. It's a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships. Don't ask how I know, but this is a lashing belt for airlifting cargo. Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. Apparently this is a reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get the briefing? Yeah. Then you should ask me the first moment we get. Yeah. Yeah, they wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. I was afraid it would be. The thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. How'd they even get him up there? Noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Climb up the kid's ladder? That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. Could be. The shape of the branch supports it. Inspect the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in the crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle the skin. Their concentration is highest around the heart. His corpse is marked by stars. What will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. It's a map of the night sky? Map of the stars. He turns around to breathe before inspecting it closer. I do see similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates and you feel as though you were only half right. I'm missing something here. So am I. Sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. Small lens appears. Some sort of camera. What's that? A Trigat Sunshine Mini. Trigat's a world-leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. Camera before you looks familiar somehow. Shit, Kuno, what the fuck is that? An instant color camera, he produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. The thin slot shines there. I only have two, so nobody move. I don't want to waste it. Points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. Lens is adjusted. Then a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy paper. The glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest, in case we need it. Lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yeah, he slides the camera closed and tucks it away in his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? There's only one ampoule left. Use it wisely. What do we need this photo for? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Could I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell. Sure, just don't lose it. Cool. The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute, and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. Ew. Look him in the eye. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There's no one home, just subaquatic terrors. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Heinlein Empire is pretty low. Who are you, dead man? Nice. I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild, pale yonder. Where's that? In the past, way out in the west. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. There's nothing funny about you. There's nothing funny about jokes either. Who were you when you weren't alive? Oh, when you were alive. A killer. A motherfucker and a killer. I have another question. Go ahead, Cabo. What's happening? What do you mean? I'm talking to you. It's the power of your... Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Go ahead, ask me more questions. You fucking love questions. Why do I love questions so much? Because you're a copperoony. Look at all them go. Do you want more questions? Give me a comical amount of questions. Oh god, coming right up, copperoony Rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Is my name Rooney? Fuck no, you're no Rooney. Of course not. The name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right, Harry. I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately. Could I really be Harry? You can be anything you want to be, Brother Capo. I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately. Okay. You might be on the you might be on to something there. So maybe my first name's Harry. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. Who killed you? Love did me in, Brother Capo. It was love all along. Can you ask me a question? Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? What? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing there. Why are you investigating my murder? Maybe this will lead to something. Something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous? Ha! The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you slowly. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over. I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Do I remind you of someone? Child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously. A baby affected with harlequinism. You should have wriggled out of that one, Coppolini. Wait, why? What are the answers? Deep sea creature. No, not quite. Be fair now. You don't remind me of anyone. Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it. Enough. You can come back and look into his face anytime you want. Humor yourself with my harlequin features. Oh, into this face. Ask me your little questions. Freshen your memory. Create associations. Remind yourself of your morality or mortality, Copolapo. Can I get even more questions of him? Okay, now I can't. I have something that I need to know, Corpse Man. Okay. Why do I love questions so much? Yeah, give me questions. Okay. That's all the questions he gives me. Squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and hands are pink, thighs too. I see it. He adjusts his glasses. His neck too. The lividity goes right up to his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here. Relax. The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. Ooh. So what do you think? I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Yep. Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. Could it still be he was moved after death? Maybe he was strangled by someone? There's always a chance we're wrong. We could check for ligament marks on the neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. Let's see about the other answers. Could it still be that he was moved after death? There's always a chance. Okay. He's beaten up. See the bruises? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our job harder with their little sport. Stop talking in riddles, coin slot. Jesus. It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Yeah? Something's coming out of him. Pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilo of digestion at the time of death. Fuck he saying? Faggots talking about shit. Damn right, I'm a faggot. Turn around and yell. Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. It sounds like seagulls. Pig said he's a fag. Lieutenant's face is made of stone. What are the other answers? Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Maybe. He doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. Okay. I think he's dead. I agree. His personality is no longer a part of the world. Totally dead. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. Better not say that. Too heavy. Totally. The Buster's not coming back. Deadity dead, dead, dead. What is dead anyway? Let's go with this. He nods in agreement with this advanced piece of conceptualization. Having mulled it over, the lieutenant says, that sounds about right. Yes. But what if he's deadity dead, dead, dead? Dawa doop doop dead, he says without a hint of melody. Not one muscle in his face moves. Back off and catch your breath. How do we get him down? He stops to think, then checks his notes. Are we sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. Well, let's see if we can... Yeah. Okay, there's nothing left. 70 experience? That leveled us up. The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle to approach to the belt. Cadaver's a good 1.2 meters up. Neither of us can reach the belt without assistance, and even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength metal or material. We could saw the branch. Climb up there and saw the branch. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Has to be a less risky way. Can't someone else do it? Someone else? You mean like the police? Yeah, you have a point there. Sadly, yes, the whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. We have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down fast. Maybe we can shoot him down? Yeah, bang bang time, pig. Shoot his head off. How? Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim. There, the buckle holds the belt together. Yeah. Where? He corrects his glasses. Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that there, might be a chance to release the belt. Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss. Let me try. The man's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'll blow his head off. Take it. Take the shot. Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit. Silence. With his elbows sharp, Lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A990 Armistice mass-produced muzzle loader. Aesthetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes a phallustus position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. Shoot the motherfucker down. He's gonna fucking The kid's voice is drowned in the shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air, and the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. Fucking idiot. Kuna could have hit it easy, but then Kuna's not fucking handicapped, is he? It's okay, man. Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the binoclard. Lieutenant doesn't say a word, he just looks at the gun in his hand. Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We don't want to break it. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. What now? I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. Ooh, Can I have the gun? I should try. It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. He shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it. They only have one gun. This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuna's ever seen. Take it. Feel the, take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. Feel the weight first. Cold piece of baked light and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. Why is the hangman telling me? What are you waiting for? Kuno, tell him to shoot himself in the mouth. Point the gun at the belt. The buckle comes into the focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting the gun arm. We do have high perception. Oh, we need hand-eye coordination. Why don't you just shoot yourself in the fucking mouth? At least you won't miss. Close your left eye first. Field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the evening light as the corpse slowly rotates. Slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directingly unsync up, dancing hypnotically. Look, he's crying. He's gonna cry now. Point the gun at Kuno's ass. Do it, fag. Set me free. You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos. Don't. You feel the lieutenant's hand on your shoulder. She rips her blazer open to bare her chest. Do it. Oh my god, no thanks. Point the gun at the belt. Intense shit, copper. Responded to provocation. Well, I'll say shut up now. Or what, you gonna fuck me? Her voice is almost in a whisper now. You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about? Excuse me? Let's just do it. Was that the fail sound? Oh god, it definitely was the fail sound. Shit. Plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower your weapon to see what happened. You miss the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of rib cage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sun stink makes your eyes water. Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. There's something wrong with your weapon, Lieutenant. It keeps missing. The armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range. It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands. Pigs don't have hands. They have like fucking hooves or something. Kuno has hands. He displays his little fingers. They're pink. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you. If I can't shoot him down, no one will. Cop's bitter because he's fucked the corpse up, Kuno. We still need to get him down somehow. His tone is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse. But how? The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. How do we get inside the harbor? From the gates. By negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely, though. Won't it be dangerous? To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everard Clare? Very much yes, which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't. Suck my dick, bitches. Wow. Yeah, being indebted to this guy seems bad. He's a dangerous and corrupt man, and we cannot predict what he will want from us in return. But I got Guillaume Le Million. Ew, that picture. The art for these is so good. Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 1938, he went on to tour the Hesan Yao province in Safra, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single Wonderland skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning. All psychic learning psyche learning caps raised by 1 and +1 pain threshold. That's pretty good. There's no downside to this one, unlike this. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Our conceptualization got better. Oh, ooh. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the cursor from the hangman. Oh, we read that one already. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. Who are you? Gone. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you. Maybe the old man? Or maybe the Joyce over at the harbor. Or, I mean, the docks over to our west. Kuno did say we could get to the harbor from here. We just had to fly. Oh god, do we have the ability to jump down there? Looks like someone left this tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing. Look, Lieutenant, someone left this cloak behind. Yes, it's probably yours. Bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. Yeah, he's not wrong. He judges the drop. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Ooh. Look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is I guess that'd be Valsan or Valsund 1020 HK. Motherfucker. Now that's a huge crane. 1020 HK. Is it? He looks at you impressed. Valsund makes lots of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal even for them. But I digress. We are focusing on your cloak here. Backed by physical instrument. Ooh. What exactly are we doing up here? I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get the body down. This is why we're here, right? He doesn't wait for your answer. He looks around. Or could it just be we're just exploring? Not right now, because we have... I think we have -2 savoir-faire, so let's get these pants off. Let's get these snakeskin shoes off. Let's go. Let's make the jump now. 72. Come on. Yes! Oh god, if I failed, would I have died? As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Close your eyes, let your sense take in the world around you. Hey, that's pretty good. Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Continue the voyage. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it, your lieutenant exclaims. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now. Ooh! With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. Nice. Let's get these pants back on. Maybe not. Like, will people care if I have no pants? I just really don't want the plus to electrochemistry. But I also want to wear clothes. Ooh, that's really strong. Wow, that's pretty good. That's where it came up, right? Yeah, it is. We're halfway through Jamivu. Collecting rainwater. What's here first? Lots of beer. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts, numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really hard down here. Wait, how hard? Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. Must have been pretty hard. Did I do this? Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. So I'm not completely convinced it was me. I am, but it doesn't matter right now. Let's just move on. Oh. Jeez. Okay. This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Rene Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. I'm gonna look around, if you must, but please hurry. We're pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Take the picture. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in the street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She's smiling playfully at the camera. Why'd you take that picture of Rene? I'm gonna ask him about it. You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure. As long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time. Have a seat. Rest. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. The thin gray pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stills by black ribbons. Breathe deep. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust flows inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. Search for something. The drawers are empty, save for old-time sheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They're slightly out of date. We'll take those. Ooh, one of each. Take the painkillers. They're yours now. Read the side effects. Oh, God. Where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini-strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to lepra, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse. Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. Disco, mirror balls, kick-ass moves, boogie beat. The imagined dazzle of light overwhelms any list of potential side effects. Any negative thoughts are drowned out by the fantastic blast of disco. Let's get up. Stand up and exit the booth. Leave. Can we go down here? Definitely can't. Okay. We can't get to any of that either. Let's go to need to check this out. Actually, let's go through this door. This door seems to be the only other way in here, or up here, so... Ooh. Radio's emitting strange buzzing noise, or buzzing sounds. This is phone. Imposing combination of a punch lock, an imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change." Fine. Ooh, the machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Oh, cool. What's my interfacing? It's pretty high, isn't it? 4? That's pretty good. Well, let's try it. Damn. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Useful patterns? Undoubtedly, no. I'll try again later. Standard office file cabinet. Drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Postcard. Les Jardins 21. That's pretty good. Neat office shades. Ooh. What's our drama? 4? Visual calculus. Ooh. Hey, let's see ourselves. Yeah, I'm very big fan of the hat and glasses. Okay. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this. Let's see what's in, he thinks. Open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Browse. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming in Revachol from the outside world, from Mundy, Grade, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Quran, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Force yourself to go through. Nice. What's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. On a trained account with a background in logistics, only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little hand-drawn note stuck on the inside of the drawer. Look at it. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everett's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everett's plants, sweep off his floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled. Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everett. Everett Clare, probably. The head of the Deverdeau Union. He inspects the note. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. Special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Take another look. Close the drawer. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker, member of the board, is written on the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, the union logo and "Demand Democracy." So, where does that lead? I don't know. Let's try and investigate the harbor first. I don't know where that leads. Let's go down here. What was that? All around you, great machines in quiescence. Composite eye of halogen lights watches you, emanating a low buzz. It's getting nighttime. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Oh, that's where the door leads. I don't know what this is exactly. It's the Measurehead. The future belongs to Measurehead. Is that the where the strikebreakers are at right now? Down there. Let's check out this. Resting panel, control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Allumer and Entendre are faded with use. Seems to control the large crane above. Container is attached to the hook block. Allumer on. Éteindre. Étend? Off. Allumer. The loud grind the crane shifts overhead. Moving a massive metal container through the air. That seems a bit of a precarious place to put it down. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving the massive metal container through the air, and with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. Harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. What do you mean? Moving this container, of course. For the purpose it was built, for this purpose it has acted, and now it will rest. Can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. Let's press off. Crane does not return to its original position. Does not move at all. We got a lot of healing items, like a ton. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Valsund means whale fjord in Arden. Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard. I think there's something I think there's something about this container. Is this like your thing with the wall again? Maybe, I can't tell. I think we should investigate further. You do? Because I don't. Why not? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? Maybe there's contraband in there. Lieutenant considers for a moment. There may very well be, but they're not here to look for. But we're not here to look for that. We're not here to interact with containers. We're here to get the body down from the tree. Knock. Yeah, no reply. Open. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The door seems to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. Speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. This one's locked. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood.
Yes?
Whoop. Oh wait, we had a task to... ask him to tell you about the case. Okay, so... it's locked. What if... to open lock containers... to open... equip this to open lock container... okay. Ooh. Ultra Series gloves. Half-Life. What does Half-Life do? Let the body take control. Threaten people. Okay. I'm gonna ask Kim.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Did you say this? Literally anything. I can't remember a single thing. Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned. What's there to say? It's just stupidity. What kind of stupidity? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the industrial harbor, yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion. So it's a struggle over who runs Martinez. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There's quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But, he leans in, I assure you, I'm not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition. So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness, on the contrary. I wonder what that says about me, that I was sent by my station? He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. There can only be one conclusion. I'm the finest. I'm the finest. A case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. It must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? I was sent to teach you a lesson in style. Okay, he takes a step back. Style me. Loosen your shoulders. You should ease up a bit. You need more looseness. No, I don't. I used to. Plain clothes did the trick for both of us, it seems. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask me about the competition? If not, we should move. So you volunteered to spoil it? Yes, I'm an unrepentant spoil sport. He appears pleased with this. What's special about Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. No one cares about sports. Oh, they care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist. Conclude. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I even mentioned it. Oh, my logic. Just ask him to tell you about the case. Click on Kim and ask him about the case. Okay, so I guess I do ask the one literally anything. Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. That sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver has been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, just used the word lynching. There's an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company, Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Why didn't we know anything about the caller? They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. Can't allow that. And the RCM is? That's us. Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police. It's the police force you and him are part of. Self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates with legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this. Our job here is to find the killer? That's right. Okay. Would you say it's mysterious? Lieutenant considers your question. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? Lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean Plymouth to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved. White male in his 40s. What more do you need? I'm relieved that you agree. Yeah. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Oh, that's it. We might as well try this. I do have those glasses on. They give me visual calculus. I don't have anything for logic. So we might as well just ask him now. Because you're the best qualified? No, that doesn't seem right. Dumb brain, I'm good for now. I'm exceedingly qualified. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, don't keep the lieutenant waiting. Oop. Why does that keep popping up? Oh, we could ask Kuno. That's what that one was for. Asking about the rest of the armor. Industrial sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Oh, hello. Banner sign sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Container, container, container.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sunt on Monday.
Container, container, used to be Walpines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
Hi.
Everett, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you're not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Shadow passes over his face. Of course not.
I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know. And folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting
Just
for you to
some
answer.
of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What are you doing with those containers? Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. Yeah, he was the guy that was on the note, the to-do list. That was one of the questions. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him. Containers in the yard are green and Wild Pine's livery, and the mountain rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outward from the container yard's core. Looks like a massive redecorating operation. Yes, they're hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debordeaux Union logo on them. Has anyone told you why you need to change them? No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone. Thank you. Where is everyone? Harbor's empty. Most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. We haven't worked for 2 months now. So no one is working? Not everyone's down there, of course. Mr. Everett is in his office, where he always is, and Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble, and Everett sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so. He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble does Titus and friends get into? I'm not really supposed to talk about that. It's union business. Him and his boys stirred something up in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off. What did they actually do? I guess they got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Just that's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school. Easy, Lou. Let's keep on the Hardys. Keep this on the Hardys. What kind of fight? Did they kill a mercenary? Too late. Leah's mouth is still moving, and words are spewing forth. Words, and look, even more words. Now he's talking about some drunk sawmill owner who... No, he already switched to a priced fishing rod he apparently owned at some point. You're Ubi, right? Yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mom had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent. People say the Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know that there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors. Do you work here? Yes, everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick, but everyone calls me Leo. The man raises his hand. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. Who is this Miss Beaufort? A real pretty lady with skin like those dew and sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner's done, and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am. Who is this? Miss Beaufort? Oh, Lizzie? She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly. But she's a real nice girl, grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her, but she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Being a doctor for almost 50 years, she said. Or she has. Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. I think you're doing a great job here, Leo. Yes, the place seems to be really run like a clockwork. Keep it up. Well, thanks a lot coming from you. It means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel that some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here, but you guys are all right. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners? Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. What was that about the borscht? Oh, yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Miss Renaudin's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. What do you mean taking the soup to the men? Yes, yes, I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirit. Makes you all warm inside. They brew in the whirling in rags. Who makes it at the whirling? Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in the weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from grade. Ooh. Something is off about this borscht. I'm gonna look into it. That was, what was his name? Quebec Gorisy? That, the guy we couldn't understand, the chef? Oh sure, mister. You do that. He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along. What's in the container over there? Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Told you. Looking for the leader. You want Mr. Everett then? He's awfully nice fellow he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are really good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Just want to know where I can find them. Oh, he's usually in his office, of course. He points to the 2 joint containers to your right. But you gotta be quick if you want to see him. He leaves around 2200. Oh. He's just right in here. Sure. Coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. Stair made of pallets leading up. We almost done Jamebu? Ooh, we are. Cool. Good, good, good. Oh, wow, that really threw me off. For some reason, I thought this girder was just overhead, and this was on the same level. like this path, but we're going up a little staircase here. Oh. It really threw me off for a sec. Taxidermy fish, that tells time. Well, I think we're gonna end this one here on a cliffhanger, talking to this big boy. So, see you in the next one.